Alright, before we go to the video, let me show you what we will be doing. We will create this product, take a look at the process, check some details, and yeah, add products to Django Oscar. Let's go!
Django Python, JavaScript, tutorials for Jamie, this is Silva.
What the fuck, HTML?
There's only C.
Let's focus in creating products. First thing that we need to do is to create a super user so we can access the Django Oscar dashboard. So let's do that. We move to my site folder, and in there let's use manage.py to create a super user. Alright, super user created successfully. Let's run the server, and in this video I will be explaining you some concepts, but we're gonna make it really simple. Okay, I'm going to open localhost, login using the super user. Let's go. Perfect. Because you are a super user, you are automatically redirected to the dashboard. Now, there are some steps that we need to follow to create products. We first need to create a partner, then a product type, a category, and only then we can create a product. And this happens because the product itself will require you to use these three parameters. Let's call them like that. So let's start by creating a partner. Well, in here I have some random examples, but I was thinking, let's make this a bookstore. So fulfillment, partners, create new partner, and your partner is going to be the entity where you bought your products. So for this case, I'm going to use a book. I was looking for a couple of books and here, and I'm going to use the publisher as the partner. So it would work as if I was buying these books from Penguin Books, and now I will resell them. Okay, let's save that. Second step, let's create a product type. For this, let's go to catalog, product type, and create a new product type. Let's go with books. We can select if they require shipping and if we want to track the stock levels. Let's keep those and add some product attributes. First attribute, and let's keep this simple, it's for the example. Let's go with author. I created this before, so it's already showing up. And let's make the author type text. Okay, required. One more attribute, the number of pages. And this time, let's make it an integer. Also required. One last, let's set the language. Again, language for code. And this time, I'm going to create a type of option. Let's add a new option in here. We'll name it language. This can be a little bit complex at first, but if you follow what I'm doing, it's gonna be really, really simple. So you just name the set of options something. So in this case is language. Then you go to attribute options and you define your options. Gonna select some options, some languages. Now, is weird, but at first they will only allow you to fill 3 options. But when you save, then you can use the yellow pencil, come back and add some more. So let's add another 2, Italian and Japanese. Okay, save. I'm gonna make it also required. And with this, we are making sure that when we create a product of this type, it will be requested to us to add these 3 attributes. Okay, let's save that. Now, to give some more context to product types, specifically in this area or field of book selling, imagine this would represent physical books, but we could also create another product type for audiobooks, for instance. And let's just simulate audiobooks. Okay, I've just deleted that. It doesn't really matter. Audiobooks. It wouldn't require shipping, and it wouldn't require tracking the stock levels. Probably we would need other type of attributes like duration of the book, of the audiobook, and stuff like that. One other type could be ebooks. So this is just for the example and to give some context to what product types could be. So imagine in clothing's in a clothing store, it could be shoes, t-shirts, shirts, uh, well, many things. But anyway, let's continue. Step 3, let's say, creating a category. So let's go to catalog, categories, and create a category. Now, for this one, I'm really going to use Goodreads. And let's see, for this example, I'm going to use the genre of this book specifically to create our categories. I'm gonna use philosophy. If I click here, I know I have some description. I'm gonna use it as well for the tutorial. And this public, I'm gonna save. We can add one more. Let's create another category. It could be personal development. Let's use that one. Gonna just add the description. And by the way, I didn't mention, but you can add an image to your description, but I'm gonna skip that for now. Okay, I'm gonna save it. And finally, we can create a product. Let's do that. Catalog, products, new product, title. I'm gonna just copy paste. I'm gonna leave the link in the description in case you want to do the same example, but you can just do anything. Now, common question for people starting online store with Django Oscar, what is the UPC? UPC stands by Universal Product Code, and this is an entity that will give you this code when you create this product or when you register this product. This entity is GS1. Let's take a look. GS1, just for curiosity. So right now it's showing for Portugal because I am in Portugal. But you need to talk to these people when you create products, and they will give you a UPC code, let's say. Normally you see this in the back of products, in the barcode. Okay. Anyway, that was just for the curiosity. And in books, it's the same value as the ISBN. So every book has an ISBN, book details in the edition, and ISBN. So this is the international book number. I can't say exactly, but it's something very similar to that. I'm gonna copy the description again. Gonna borrow this from Goodreads. And is public? Is discountable? Yes. So we can apply discounts to this product later. Now, this is one of those cases again where at first you can only add one category, but let's go with philosophy for now. The author, so Marcus Aurelius, the author name. Gonna choose the language to English, and let's say that the book has 254 pages. So here we go. I've downloaded that image previously. I'm just going to upload it now. You can add more images. Partner, I'm gonna choose the Penguin books. Now, this is another question that people will have. The SKU stands for Stock Keeping Unit, I believe. And this is not like the UPC. It's not a universal code. It's your company code. So this is exclusive to your company. And it's up to you to decide what format you want to use, depending on what product you have. So for now, I'm going to keep it really simple, but you want to make this something unique. I'm going to make it book MA for the initials of Marcus Aurelius. And we could say that it's meditations. So M for meditations. Anyway, continuing. We have to define the stock because we made this product type having stock. So let's make 100 units. Low stock threshold 10. The currency is in pounds. We can change this later. I'm going to show you that. Let's make it 15 pounds, okay? Save that. Now, I'm going to minimize this window on the side. And if we go to the site, we can use this button. You will see that only the categories are showing up. Actually, let's take a look on them. Like philosophy, the description, and personal development. So I remember we added that book to philosophy category, and it should all also be showing in all products. Now there's something that we need to do. Let me open the text editor and come back to the post. We need to replace the Haystack connections. So we will be using Whoosh instead of the sample engine. Let's go there. Open my site settings. Scroll down a little bit. And instead of using sample engine, we use the Whoosh engine. Okay, it should work, but before we need to install Whoosh and rebuild the index. Let's go to the command line and do that. Now I have installed Whoosh before. Let's see, yeah, requirement already satisfied. I'm gonna say yes and run the server again. Let's try it again. And here we have our first product. Let's take a look on how it looks like. Again, I mentioned this. All of this is customizable. It's looking like this by default, but you can make it look however you want. There you go. How to create products in Django Oscar. If you follow in the video, I think it's quite simple. We made it simple. There's a lot more attributes that we can put in here. But for now, I think it's quite good. Yeah, hope you liked this video. Hope it was useful for you. And I'm gonna plan the next video. Thank you for watching, and yeah, thank you.